were days where I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to put on a uniform and go back out on a baseball field again. I surely wondered about that, but I dreamed about those things.
A year ago, House Majority Whip Steve Scalise wasn't sure he'd be able to walk again, let alone return to the baseball diamond. Good evening, I'm Kim Holden.
And I'm Shelley Brown. Congressman Scalise was gravely wounded by a gunman while practicing for the annual congressional baseball game last June. Today, he returned to Louisiana, still beaming after playing second base at last night's charity event.
Yeah, he sat down with Sabrina Wilson to talk about his recovery and what he says are answered prayers.
And Whip Steve Scalise is so thrilled with his physical progress and says it was important for him to return to the congressional ball game to send a message that bad people don't win. June 14th, 2017, GOP House Majority Whip Steve Scalise's life nearly slipped away.
Oh my gosh, I mean, there were a lot of miracles that happened to get me here today. I mean, just to get me through the day of the shooting. You know, my trauma surgeon told me that by the night of the shooting, there were at least 2 times where he wasn't sure if I was going to make it. And then, of course, after and the days later, I was getting infections and in and out of surgeries.
But a year later, Scalise returned to one of his passions, the congressional baseball game. 12 months earlier, he'd been critically wounded by a gunman during team practice in Virginia. Family and faith are his pillars.
My gosh, you know, the prayers from people here and all around just truly lifted me and my family up, and God took care of me.
Did you ever doubt that you would survive? Did you doubt you'd ever walk again?
Well, I knew after the first few days that I thought I was going to make it, and then I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to walk again. I mean, at the time I couldn't move for really like the first 4 weeks.
9 surgeries later, and Scalise is back in the game.
There were days where I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to put on a uniform and go back out on a baseball field again. I surely wondered about that, but I dreamed about those things.
At Nationals Park, evidence that dreams come true.
I was thinking I'm just lucky to be able to be around my teammates again on the Major League ball field a year after the shooting, to actually be able to, you know, use crutches, but to be able to walk onto the ball field in a uniform. And the day before, the coach said that I was going to start at second base again. And that's what, you know, what he told me a year before, and wasn't able to do that, and so it really came full circle.
In this photo taken right after our interview, Capitol Police Officer David Bailey is pictured with Scalise, me and Fox 8's Rob Masson. Bailey is one of 2 Capitol Police officers credited with saving Scalise and others by taking down the gunman.
David Bailey and Crystal Griner, the 2 Capitol Police officers who protected me and everybody else that day, carried me out, kind of my human crutches. Carried me out to second base because I didn't want to have to go out there with crutches.
Scalise made a catch and more.
And then I said, I have to make the throw. And I see him coming up the first base line, and I made a throw to first, throw him out, make the first out, and just the place goes wild.
A message wrapped in his presence.
I would not have missed it, and in a lot of ways, just to prove that the bad guy's not going to win.
Scalise has made significant progress since our cameras captured him last October. I wanted to know what this Father's Day will mean to him.
Wow. You know, last Father's Day, I spent it in the hospital, and that was a mess. I mean, I had tubes coming out of me, and, you know, at least I had my kids around me, but boy, it was a, you know, it was a dicey scene. And so, you know, this Sunday we're going to be out grilling and just taking it easy and spending really good time with my family. It's going to be special.
And Scalise told me there are no more planned surgeries related to his gunshot wounds. He had one 6 weeks ago and says he feels great. Now his goal is to get rid of the crutches in the next few months. Back to you.
All right, good news there. Thanks so much, Sabrina.